What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Tuesday, June 8th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Then follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. It's the only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comment section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. We are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Seth Curry, Kawhi Leonard, Mike Conley, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Marcus Morris on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites, my top 5 plays for today? It is time to find out. First up at number 5, we're going to small forward, power forward eligible Tobias Harris. He's 8,300, projected for 43. The goal is 54, and he is in the optimal lineup 37% of the time. Speaking of 37, I'm giving him 37 minutes, 1.16 DK points per minute at 29% usage. That's 25.5 real points, 6.5 boards, 3.5 assists, close to 2 stocks. It is a slight pace down spot against Atlanta, but I do like the matchup that Harris should see against John Collins. Collins not the best defender. This is a good spot for both of those guys, oddly enough, but in this case, we're talking about Tobias Harris. 8,300, not all that problematic of a price tag, and I don't really love the ultra pay-up options that exist on today's slate. They're good, don't get me wrong, but today is a lot flatter, it's a lot easier to go balanced, and $8,300 Tobias Harris makes that pretty easy. Next up at number 4, we're going to small forward, power forward eligible Nick Batum. He is 4,600, projected for 23. The goal is 31. He's in the optimal lineup 39% of the time. Batum saw a ton of additional run in the series against Dallas, and I think that it's at least continues to start this series out. I'm giving him 34 minutes, right around 0.7 fantasy points per minute, so it's a little scary. You need those minutes. 12% usage, 8.5 points, 5 boards, 2.5 assists, 2 stocks. You're going to get a little bit of everything from Batum, but the key piece here is you need to expect him to be playing north of 30 minutes. I don't think they're going to make any major changes for game 1, so I think we see Batum continue to play the big minutes, but keep your eyes peeled on him moving forward in the series. Wouldn't shock me if they mix this up at least a little bit, but right now, 34 minutes of Batum is enough to make him the number 4 contender. Woo! At number 3, we're going to my preferred pay-up option. That's point guard Trae Young. He's 9,200, projected for 49. The goal is 59, and he's in the optimal lineup 42% of the time. Trae Young was fantastic in game 1, and I think he's set up to do that again in game 2. This guy's just good. 38 minutes, so he is starting to get that boost in minutes played. 1.28 fantasy points per minute, 33% usage, and a flat double-double. 27 real points, 10.5 assists. He'll even grab a couple boards, maybe get you a steal. He's in a really good spot against Philly. This is a matchup that works for Trae Young, and he's going to certainly be trying to get everybody involved. I don't think people realize how good of a facilitator he is. 10.5 assists is a legitimate assist number. 9,200 is just simply not expensive enough for Trae Young now that he's playing increased minutes. So he is my preferred pay-up option coming in at number 3. Now this one has some question marks on it. Number 2, DeAndre Hunter. If he plays, he's small forward eligible, 4,100, projected for 20. The goal's 27.5. He's in the optimal lineup 43% of the time. Now, we do not know his status, but we will know it before the game starts. But at 4,100, I assume if Hunter is playing, he's playing 30 minutes, and that price tag is a value. Now, he's a 0.7 fantasy point per minute guy, 17% usage. I've got him for 11 points, 4 boards, an assist and a half, and maybe a stock. I know it's not great, but there is not a lot of legitimate value on today's slate. It's very different than what we had yesterday. So if Hunter is able to be in the game, 4,100 at small forward is a real good value. So good, in fact, that he's my number 2 contender, and I don't even know if he's going to suit up today. Before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Then head on over to Twitter and follow me at Josh Engleman. Only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Finally, let me know in the comment section underneath this video. I need your favorite contender, your least favorite contender, and the guy that you thought would have been on this list that you do not see. I'll be honest, I didn't see this one coming, but it's not even close. Number 1 contender for today is John Collins. power forward center eligible, which is really helpful. 5,600, projected for 30. The goal's 37, and he's in the optimal lineup 53% of the time. I gave him 32 minutes. It wouldn't surprise me if he played more. He did in game 1. He's at like 0.95 fantasy points per minute, so nothing crazy from a rate perspective. 19% usage, 16 points, 7 boards, so he's in sniffing distance of a double-double. You get an assist, you get a stock and a half, and you get a matchup against Philly where he becomes sort of an afterthought, and I think that he just sort of scoops up everything he needs. Couple easy putbacks, maybe a couple possessions against Tobias Harris's lackluster-ish defense. I'm really digging Collins here. The fact that you could roster him at both forward and center is incredibly helpful, but it's really a price tag thing. 5,600 for north of 32 minutes. Well, let's say north of 30 minutes, potentially north of 32 minutes. That to me is the best play that you can find, and it's not even close. John Collins is the #1 contender for today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Tuesday, June 8th. Now, Process Show is in the books. Go watch that. FanDuel version of this video is around here somewhere. Strategy Show, 10 a.m. with Lofty. You do not want to miss it. Good luck tonight, everybody. I will be back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.